Hey, Dolly. Hey, Tiffany. I was reading on the internet this morning down, where I go and get a lot of that video down around Linwood. Between there and the Saginaw River, they rescued 12 guys yesterday. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Renee. Yeah. Hey, Penny. There's no open water close to shore. Oh, wow, Kevin. Hey, Penny. Yeah, it is beautiful. At least the sun's out. It'd be a whole new ball game without it. But, I was just here the other day doing these underwater videos. And you can see it's 100 yards out to water now. Hey, Glenn. Hey, Soper Girl. Better. I'm going to drive down here and turn around because I want you guys to see this while the sun's high. I hope it doesn't buffer. If it does, I'll turn around and come back here. But this is so cool looking. Just hang on a sec. Oh, good for you, Renee. Hey, Blue. I hope this doesn't buffer because it's really cool looking today. If it does buffer, I'll come back on though, so don't worry, but this is so cool looking. Hey, Gail. Good girl, hon. I was checking out this ice. Yeah, where is that tree in Monroe? I would do that. It's probably an oak tree, right? Hey, William. Sorry, I can't see this too good when I'm driving. Yeah, this is Lake Huron, Tawas Bay, Michigan. This lighthouse here is Tawas Point State Park in East Tawas, Michigan. Hey, Perkins. Yeah, it's definitely, it's my favorite, I'll tell you that. There's no place else on the whole east side of the state where you get this kind of variations in ice all winter long. And even though a lot of it got eroded away, it created some fantastic beaches that will provide a safe environment for kids. You know, a foot deep for 100 yards on perfect sand. It's it, Glenn. This is a big migrating bird area right here. Oh, were you, Jeremy? Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I mean, today is really great. I knew it'd be so different from day to day. No, we're not getting any more snow. I think the west side's getting some kind of lake effect. They were talking about that last night, but we're not getting any more. No, it's really been, you know, kind of lackluster snowfall. I mean, compared to the old days, but I mean, let's face it, winter has changed. No, I'm not. You know, it's when you look here, if you look at Tawas Point, you can always tell a tourist in the morning because they're waiting for the sun to rise and they're looking the wrong way. They're looking south instead of east. And if you go on Google Maps and you look up Tawas Point State Park, you'll see how this road winds around and how if you go to the end of Tawas Point, it curls around where you end up facing every direction possible along the way. But you'd last about 10 minutes in here, be about 5 minutes stroking away till your arms didn't move anymore. Just where I took that video last week of those ice fishermen in the Saginaw River, I mean, you're taking a huge chance there. Now, in the old days, they charged you to rescue you. It's like 15 grand a person, you know, to bring a helicopter out. They tell you not to go out there. So I don't know if they're still doing that or not. Hi, Amy. Yeah, the notifications are pretty much out the window. They just don't, it's just, you know, like somebody told me, you get what you pay for. And since it's all free, I mean, what are you going to do? I think there's just so many people on YouTube at all times that the bandwidth just gets zapped up, and I think a notification probably gets processed, but they're just super late. If you can't see it here, but if you look way, way, way in the horizon, you'll see like a building. This is a super clear day today. Way far. Let me see if I can make you see it better. Nah, not really. There's a building way out there. That is actually the power plant in Bay City, Saginaw, technically. That's the power plant. So you're looking at about 40 miles right now, straight across. Hey, Dan. Yeah, 40 miles. Isn't it pretty, Gail? Yeah, I like this winter stuff a lot better than I like the summer stuff. The total width of what? The power plant, you can't, it's hard, it's, you know, it's hard to see. It's that building on the horizon, way, you can't see it on the phone. But that's like 40 miles. Hi, hon. You're a good girl. Hey, 6 Mile Mary. I was wondering where you've been. Yeah, same temperature we have. Yep. Yeah, isn't this great? Let's bring back your old childhood memories. Oh, the width of the lake, right here. Well, like this way, you're looking south. And if you got in a boat and you went straight east, you would hit Canada in about 80 miles. If you go on Google Earth or Google Maps, look up Taos Point Lighthouse. And that's that lighthouse right there with the red roof. And then just scroll in and out and you'll figure out where it's at. And if you look down at the power plant, I don't know if they list that as Saginaw Township or Bay City. That's what I'm talking about, way off in the distance. So you're basically looking at the entire Taos Saginaw Bay this way. This water here where this ice is all super shallow, about 1 foot, 2 feet deep. That's a result of erosion and a consequence of some summer storms. I mean, this is going to be a perfect place for kids, young kids, to swim without their parents worrying about them. Good, Train. How you doing? You're right, Don. Hey, Dasha. Oh, you're stuck at work? That's all right. At least you're working. It's hard to do nowadays. Oh yeah, I know where that's at. Do they still have that hot dog place? They had good hot dogs there, Caden. Is that place still in business? The old A&W? Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm 40 miles from home. 40 miles. Straight east and a little north. All right, have a good day, Mary. Yeah, that place has good hot dogs. I've been going to Independent Dairy. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but since the 60s. I don't know if they still have the one out where the Cabela's is or not. Out around maybe. Is that other Independent Dairy still in business? Do you remember the Honda dealership south of town? Heilman's or something like that? I bought a new Honda 750 there one time. Oh, sorry about that, Frederick. Oh, you know it, LA. That's the way it is nowadays. Sure is. All right, Amy. I spent a ton of time down there where you live. I told you that before. Chesterton, Highland, Muncie. Not Muncie. What the hell's the other name of that town? Right near Munster. Yeah, I agree, Margaret. Yeah, no, this is as good as it gets for watching lake and water. Oh, they did, Amy? Oh, sorry about that. No, there's a reason for it, Soper. No, this is Taos Point State Park in Michigan. Yeah, Michigan City's good too. They have a minor done hamburger place there. I used to have an antique booth at that antique store there on the east side as you're going north on 421. Last I was through there was a long time ago, and the hospital was building some kind of building on that corner. Oh, okay. Hey, M&J, how you doing? All right, Don. I like Cincinnati. You'll never find a more beautiful city coming through there in the night, north or south. I think coming from the south looks better, but it's just beautiful. Good, Sober Girl. Pretty good. Doing pretty good. Daisy's right there. And you're not going to believe what stupid ass thing I did today. So, I'm screwing around on eBay the other night, and I just happened to, you get a recommend, and there's a video of this fishing lure in the water, and the guy's kind of like pulling it through, and to me it looked really cool. Now I'm not into fishing, and I'm not into lures, but it looked good, and I thought, man, that'd be cool if I got one of these lures and maybe did a video of it in that little clear spring, where I did the submarine and was down there looking around that super clear water. So they come in the mail yesterday, and yesterday's super cold, like 16. And I thought I'll get these things, and they're called crankbait. Now, any one that I've ever seen floats. Looks like a wounded minnow on the top of the surface. So I get these 4 fishing lures. Now, I haven't fished in a long time. Look, I'm not a total moron. I know that fish hooks, I know what they're designed for. They're designing for hooking things. But it seemed to me like I remember as a kid, if you had fish hooks in your hand, it didn't mean that you were automatically going to get hooked. You just be careful with them. You know, you're not stupid about it, right? Well, I was stupid about it, I guess. So I take them out of the package. I go out to the place. I put them in my pocket, and it's this weird, like, nylon material. So I go to reach in there, and it's like, there's no way I'm getting any of these fish hooks out. They've kind of snagged on the inside of the pocket. I don't care how careful you are. And it wasn't like I was jostling them around in there where it made sense that they get hooked. It's just, when I looked at them closer, the hook was so super fine. Like, I mean, this thing would hook on anything. It was just stupid on my part. So I take the first hook out, the first lure out, and I toss it in the water, and the damn thing sinks right to the bottom. So I will put a piece of cloth on the end of that pole and get it out when it warms up a little bit. Well, there goes the idea of doing any video of this cool looking looter in this super clear water. No big deal. So later on, I try to get these damn hooks out of my pocket, and I can't. I mean, these babies are in there. And I wanted to go out and get something to eat last night when I went over and got that Penang. So it was such a pain in the ass getting the hooks out that I just said, forget it, I'll deal with it in the morning. So I got another coat. I got up this morning and I thought, well, I better get these hooks out of the pocket, you know, and not be so stupid about it. Put them each in a plastic bag or something like that. So I start trying to get these hooks out of the pocket. I got about a half hour into it, and I got one hook out. So Daisy's like excited. She wants to go. You know, I kind of snapped at her. She got lost. I went and got a pair of pliers, and I'm getting them out slowly. So I'm pulling this damn hook out of this pocket of my coat, and it like comes out real quick. And a hook at the bottom of one of the lures buries itself all the way halfway past the barb into my index finger. And it's like, God damn it. So this is my Saturday, right? You know, I'm already dealing with this Amish bullshit, and now I'm starting out Saturday like this. So it's in there so tight it doesn't even bleed. And the first thing I think of is $2,500 bill at the emergency room. But, you know, I've read articles on this before, and as I've gotten older, I'm more interested in avoiding a pain in the ass than anything else. Where I think if I'd have been 15 years old, I would worry about, oh, it's going to get infected, this, that, better get to the emergency room. Not anymore. I want to avoid waiting rooms, $2,500 bills, and after all, this isn't life and death. So I try to get this hook and push it all the way through, because these barbs are like so fine, and that thing won't budge. I mean, not at all. I mean, this baby is in there. It's not even bleeding. And so I got this fishing lure stuck in my damn finger, and it's like, God damn it, now what, you know? I can't push it through. And these aren't big hooks. These are like, the lure's big, but the hooks, and they're real fine. So I thought, God dang it. So I try and push it through again. Can't do it. I get the pliers. I try and, like, you know, bend it around and push it through. And then I was just going to get a pair of wire snips and clip the barb off and then pull it back through. Won't work. So I end up just thinking, I finally like calmed down a little bit. It wasn't that big a deal. And I look at this thing and I figure out that it's not that far past the barb, you know? Like, you know, these aren't huge hooks. So what I did is I got the pliers and I just backed that damn thing out the wrong way. And luckily for me, it was just how it looked. The barb couldn't have been very far underneath the skin. But if you looked at that hook in my finger when it was in there, it looked like you just took a pencil lead and stuck it in my finger. You couldn't see any barb, nothing. You couldn't see the curve, nothing. So I just pulled kind of hard, and it was kind of hard. It wasn't hurting like you'd think it would. And thankfully, the thing popped out. Yeah. I got it out. Stupid. Oh, were you sober? Catch and release. No shit, man. God damn. I tell you, man, I never remember being anybody knows that hooks are like, that's what they're designed for, right? But I never remember having a hook that was like, it's such a fine point. I mean, this looks like these hooks were designed to like go through silk or something. I mean, you just barely touch them and that barb's on the other side or whatever it pokes. Cloth, whatever. I mean, it's not like what I'd ever been used to before. Yeah, I cleaned it good and put some Neosporin on it. You can't even see the hole where it went in my finger. It closed right up. I had a tetanus shot a while back, so hopefully I don't get that. It didn't hurt as much as you'd think. No, not really. A little bit, but not like what you'd think it would. I don't think in that particular area there were many nerve endings for some reason. No kidding, MJ. Wow. Crazy. That reminds me, when I lived in Detroit for a while just to experience it. Basically, I went down there to play basketball all night long. I did for about 6 months through the whole fall and summer. That's when Herman Gardens was still around in Detroit, and I lived over on Woodmont, just north of Warren, east of Southfield. It was like the total hood basketball. It was great. It was fun. A couple of those guys went on to get Division I scholarships. A couple of them, went to prison, but they were fantastic basketball players. It was a great experience. And it was, I thought I just saw that owl. It's not the one behind. There's a snowy owl out here that's been eating things. Yeah, I put some disinfectant on it. I mean, there's no need for a Band-Aid. It bled just for a little bit, but thank God I got it. I'd be in the emergency room right now looking at a $2,500 bill over that stupid shit. I mean, this hook, like, it went in like a hot knife in butter. It wasn't like a big, huge tug, like a fish biting a hook. Shit, man, if you snagged this damn hook on a log, you'd never get it off. No, I don't think it will. It really didn't hurt that much. No, it doesn't hurt at all now. Nope. No. Let's see if Daisy wants to run around. You want to go pee-pee, honey? You want to do a little pee-pee here? It's going to be cold for you, hon. It's going to be really cold, honey. But the sun's out, so that's good. There's a bunch of ice out there moving this way. Big, huge ice flow. Oh, did you really? No kidding. Yeah, Herman Gardens. Yeah, rich history. That girl, hon. Wow. Yeah, beautiful. Really cold though. Oh, thank you, John. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a huge bird watching area. See this guy's summer cabin still hanging in there. Summer. That's a little house on the corner of another house that's on a lot. I see he's got the windows all covered up. Oh, sorry about that, Brian. Yeah, it is cold. Good girl. Good girl, hon. Wow. Party's over. I didn't hear on any of that Amish stuff. Hey, Frederick. Yeah, it is a little windy, yep. Oh, graphic, boy, you're way warmer than here. Go out to Red Rock. Hey, graphic, are things opening up enough where if I came out there for a few days, I could, like, you know, find a lot of happening stuff, or is it still kind of shut down? Yeah, it is, Dolly. Yeah, it's beautiful. Look, I'm telling you, in 24 hours, it's like night and day. See, this girl wants to take some pictures. Well, this girl's got some red hair. They actually don't want you in that area that far. Oh, March, okay. Amy, you have the weekends off? Oh, is it really? Yeah, there's a lot of places like that. Just kind of, you know, not. Yeah, I always knew that the crowd brought excitement to things, but I never thought it would have this kind of impact on sports. I mean, you'd think as long as the players were playing, who cares? Well, I care. It's just not the same. I don't even watch NBA games because there's no crowd. You know, it's just like a busy restaurant. You see people standing out the door. It's like a Starbucks coffee compared to Johnny's crappy coffee. You know, I think it's just part of human nature. It's attracted to where the action's at. New York City, South Beach. Used to be the Miracle Mile on Magnificent Mile in Chicago. That thing's kind of lost its luster with retail being in the chute. I mean, that whole thing was retail based, and now that retail's in the crapper, they don't really have much to offer. Yeah, I mean, I've really kind of lost a lot of interest. I used to be a huge Pistons fan. I mean, I like the game in general, but my sports has really dwindled, man. I do watch some MMA. Even that's kind of watered down. I am gonna go over to a guy's house tomorrow and watch the Super Bowl, which I never do. But he's a big science nut, and we talk a lot about stuff. And he's a doctor, and he's a super interesting guy. He's like obsessed with knowledge. I mean, I don't know how this guy does what he does. All he does is like reads and takes continuing education. He's the nicest guy I ever met in my life. His wife's nice too. He's like the most dedicated physician ever. Kind. Yeah, I mean, I hope you feel better. I know the feeling, believe me. I really felt shitty yesterday. That's why I didn't come on and do a live earlier. Good, Alina. How you doing? Doing all right. Not bad today. Yeah, it's true. You're right about that, John. At least you have the sun out down there, Dan. That makes a huge issue. I'll tell you, this phone does buffer, but not as bad as the old phone. Before, I mean, that phone was on its last legs anyway. But before, if it buffered like around here, yeah, hang in there, Amy. I hope you get that genetic trouble. If you can't afford it, I'll pay for it. I've been down that road, and believe me, that's a drop in the bucket if it helps you and saves you a bunch of time. No one likes to live under those circumstances. Yeah, that's how I've been, man. I really felt bad, man. God, I think to myself, I hope this isn't... Up until I was about like 55, man, I couldn't have been in better shape. I'm not kidding you. Working out all the time. I thought, man, what's this old stuff? These people are full of shit. You know, I guess it's good that I didn't smoke and wasn't a big drinker. I don't think that anymore. I think, my God, if I feel like this lately, I haven't really felt that great since the summer. And I think, man, if this is like getting old, this sucks, man. That's why I'm not that motivated to getting that damn vaccination. It's like, shit, man. Why the hell would I want to be around another 25 years feeling like this? Just as soon get it over with. No, that's cool. Yeah, you can sleep 2 days, Amy. I mean, there are ways around that, you know. You can get that. Get your family practitioner to give you some Remeron or some Trazodone. Sleep like a damn baby. Yeah, I mean, you know, having depression, you never know what's what. That's the problem. The thing that gets me is, you know, I've been in this situation before, and I would have given you 25 to 1 odds that I had something wrong with me, and I didn't. I'm still alive. So I've experienced this before, but the feelings are so convincing that you just think there's no way this could be depression, but I guess there can be. It's funny how it comes back, and every time it nails you, it's like you're starting over. That your experience with being in this predicament before didn't do you any good. I'm supposed to think, oh yeah, I know what this is. Yeah, I've been here before, and act accordingly, but I don't. Every time it's like, well, what is this bullshit, you know? Why am I, you know, feeling this way? It's like my experience isn't paying off in any kind of way. It's so weird. The Tim Hortons went out of business here. I did take a couple ibuprofen and a Tylenol this morning, which I never do. I mean, I try not to take them, but I leave this humidifier on my room all the time too, and I'm thinking about just trying it off and letting the air be dry. Oh, it didn't work for you, Emma J? Now you gotta try different amounts, different strengths. Oh, you got your vaccine? Oh, okay. Yeah, good for you. People that want to get it, good for you. See, my buddy, the doctor guy, up until this COVID bullshit, he told me that the minimum for a vaccine to effectively work was 10 years. That's how long it takes to run it through the ringer with clinical trials and rats and human beings and side effects and that kind of thing. Then sure as shit, he got COVID and got the vaccine. So you don't know what to believe. I mean, I just can't be both feet in on, I think I'll try it. So, I say all the time, what I like about this place is how you get these beautiful views that fit into everyday life. And I'm going to give you an example right here. If you look at, like, here's a Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Long John Silver. Once in a while I'll eat there, not a lot. I don't really like it that much. But here you can just take a little, right across from an AutoZone. You can just come down here. This is where I eat my chicken. Come down here, right across from AutoZone. Pull right in the parking lot. And have this ass kicker view while you eat your lunch. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, so you think like I do, Blue Mail. I think to myself, this is such a killer view. This place hasn't been open in a long time. Eagles. So it's nice to see they're open now. It's just a regular, just right off the main drag. Killer property. Yeah, I think that's part of my problem, making adjustments. I don't think I'm too good at it. Yeah, insomnia, man. You won't know up from down if you can't get sleep. And if you don't get restorative sleep, that's one thing you gotta watch with benzodiazepines like Klonopin, clorazepam, all those. They affect your REM. So even though your eyes are shutting and your alarm's going off and 8 hours went by, if you're not getting restorative sleep, that deep REM sleep, you're gonna be tired. I just need a pill for crazy. Tell you one thing, it's nice to be able to go out and eat at a restaurant. It does suck, yeah, it does suck. I'm sure Blue, you've had these sleep studies. You know, don't feel bad though, because as people age, your sleep gets worse. It's just the way it is with most people. I know when I'm working out, I feel a lot better. But honestly, man, when you're not feeling good, who the hell feels like working out? Yeah, have you ever tried Indorel? Have you ever tried that? Oh, are you? Yeah. They're building these new piers here. Bet they're glad they're not working today. Freeze your ass off. I look at some of these outside workers, these construction people. Although I don't know if any of that's going on now. Man, I think I'd quit my job. I can't imagine working 8 hours outside and cold like this. I don't care how much they're paying. Yeah, the Tim Hortons went out of business here. It was a corporate store too, so it wasn't like it was some mismanaged franchise. You're gonna see how beautiful this is right here, down here. This is Tawas, not East Tawas. See all these cool parks they have around here? All right, Graphic. Have a good day. Yeah, each his own. That's right. Oh yeah, you know it. All right, Alina. Have a good day. Yep. Have a good day. Hey, Mary. How you doing? Did you get up there and check out those ice caves yet? You know, I'm not sure how thick the ice is here, to be honest with you. I don't know. No, this is Tawas Bay, Tawas, Michigan, Lake Huron. Amy, maybe all you need to do is take the polar bear plunge. Snap you out of your doldrums. That's where you get in a bathing suit, you chop a hole in the ice and you jump in. Mary, I think you ought to consider that too, to just get back to Mother Earth and experience all facets of weather. Let your body become one with the natural elements. You know, that's a good question, Dolly. Perchville, that's a good question. I didn't see any signs for it like you usually do. And it didn't look like the old Holiday Inn was too busy. I don't know. I did see a few fishermen near the marina out in the ice. Oh, okay, Amy. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, purge bamboo. Yep, that's right. Yep. Oh yeah, you like it, wafers. Beautiful. Think you'd really like it. That's not your business, Cracker Jack. Yeah, perch is good. Believe it or not, I found I like lake trout better. No, you get a bonus. You'll get a bonus. It all depends. I mean, some people are in certain predicaments. I pay them more. I never pay less. Let's put it that way. It depends on the circumstances. I mean, I pay more a lot of the times. Yeah, I've always paid for interviews from day one, even like for years. I didn't have any subscribers or any viewers. Nobody said a word then. It's like, hey, you're paying these people, not a word. Not until you start getting subscribers and people start watching your video. Then it's a big conspiracy. You're ripping people off. You're exploiting people. Yeah, where were all these people for the first 5 years when I didn't have any views or subscribers and I was paying people? Not a peep. That's how YouTube is, though. You'll figure out a lot when you get on YouTube. For every compliment or people saying, hey, that was a decent thing to do, you'll have 50 people on there criticizing you for it. It's just the way it is. Drama, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think so too, Sherry. That's one thing. There's different up north restaurants. Now, I've had people tell me there's a place down in Gladwin, and a guy, he got killed actually, pulled out in front of a car about a year ago. Good guy, and he was always bragging about the walleye down in Gladwin. All you can eat walleye. I said, well, how much is it? $9.99. It's like bullshit, man. That's not the walleye that I'm talking about. I'm talking about walleye caught in Minnesota, Michigan, or Wisconsin. There's no way in hell you're getting it for $9.99 all you can eat. He said, yeah, no, people come from all over. Well, I found out people do come from all over, but it's not the walleye that you think it is. You know what it is? It's Alaskan walleye. There are certain fishes like that, like pollock is another one. There's certain fish that, you know, Alaskan walleye isn't anything at all like walleye you'd catch in the Great Lakes. It's just not. I mean, it's okay. You know, if you deep fry something in vegetable oil and you have good tartar sauce, it's going to taste decent. I don't care what it is. Whether it's catfish, walleye, tilapia, sea bass, monkfish. It's the deep frying. But nothing tastes as good as Great Lakes perch or walleye. Not that Alaskan crab. I'm not saying it's a bad dinner, but if you think you're getting Great Lakes walleye for $9.99 all you can eat, there's something wrong with your reasoning ability. That's good food, Dan, yeah. I don't really know any good soul food places to eat. Yeah, I've been to Pennsylvania. Yeah, I have. Yep, sure have. Yeah, I'll do one with you, Cracker Jack. Yep, sure. What do you want to talk about? Yeah, it's good, Dal. Yeah, it is. You got to make sure though. You need more than fresh perch. You need good tartar sauce, and you need it cooked in hopefully peanut or canola oil with a good batter. I don't like fried fish at a lot of places. You get this big half-inch thick batter like you do at a Long John Silver's. No thanks. I like thin batter. I don't want to have to eat through an inch of crust of cheap batter to eat a good piece of fish. Now I'm pretty sure all Culver's is. I think it is, and they get some of theirs from Minnesota too. Their walleye. They don't have it at all their locations because of just the ability to supply them there. No, I'm still here. I was looking for see if I had my windshield wiper gallon fluid in the back, and I do. Yeah. No, I noticed that's getting a little low on the way over here. It's always a good guess, though, that I passed out. Yes, like I said, a good guess. I don't know. You'd think around the Great Lakes. I'll tell you where. You know where the worst place in the world to get fresh fish is? Now you're gonna laugh. The worst place to get a fresh piece of fish is in Alaska. And you'll think, oh, how can that be? That's where all the fish is caught. Yeah, I know. But it's caught It's got to be processed and sent down to Seattle. Then it comes back up to Alaska. You'll get frozen fish in Alaska more than you would in Toledo, Ohio. I'm not shitting you. It's almost impossible. When you're in Alaska, try and get some crab legs. You stand a better chance of getting crab legs in Warren, Michigan. And if you find them there, they're going to be cheaper because they're all frozen anyway. There's no such thing as fresh king crab unless you catch it. That's why they're red. They boil them. Now there's a place, it's probably about 20 miles from here. It's in Bay City. It's called Mr. Hot Dog. Now it certainly isn't perch or walleye, but whatever the hell they do to it, it's a good fish dinner for a cheap price. Kind of like a Arthur Treacher's, Long John Silver's. There's a magic bus. Now this whole area from Tawas, actually we'll be heading west and then south and then is deader than a doornail. This is where people used to come and vacation back in the day, before everything turned into a Holiday Inn and a Hilton in Chesterton, Indiana. Have a good day, Dan. See you, Jersey. Oh, Jersey's staying, Dan's leaving. Mary, you know that place you sent me a link to that the state bought? Or not the state, that conservancy, that Huron Pines outfit? That's right here, right around here. All this woods on both sides of the street. You know, that perch dinner sounds good. I wish I knew where I could get a perch dinner. Anybody know where you can get a perch dinner around Bay City? Real perch. Yeah, I had a rabbit one time as a kid. My dad was always telling me about it. It's weird how you can eat a hamburger and not think a thing of it, but you don't want to eat a rabbit. Deep fried rabbit. I don't really like stew that much. I think what I might do is just drive to Barnes & Noble and get something to eat while I'm down there, and just go to the self-help section and just find one of these freaks that tell you how to run your life, and just do everything they say. Just try it. Worth a shot. Hey Vern, how you doing? How is Bobble's chat doing? She doing okay? Oh, land for sale everywhere. Big time. Wherever you want. Hotel, motel, waterfront. Unless you're rich, I wouldn't buy waterfront. Taxes aren't worth it. I'd rather live in a trailer and walk to Tawas Park. When you start losing your backyard to the lake, you better have deep pockets. It's nothing to shell out $100,000 for structural reinforcing, boulders, heavy equipment, and you got to get all these permits. You just can't start changing the landscape that borders a Great Lake because you're losing land. That's all heavily controlled. And God forbid if you crush a frog during the construction, or if you disturb a mayfly nest. Alabaster, yep, this is part of it. Here's the middle of it right here, Mary. Historical marker. Remember that big ugly thing that jutted out into the water? It's right there. No, super cheap where I live. My HOA was $480 a month when I lived in Chicago, on top of my payment. Where I live, it's $100 a month, which is just crazy cheap. Now, there are condos across the street from me, and I think they're $150 a month, which is still nothing. And once you live in a big city, you're so used to like paying up the yin-yang. Although there's a lot of expense. I'll tell you another place you can get nailed on HOA fees is Florida. Man, I'll tell you, anywhere near the salt water. You know, when you don't know anything and you go down there and you walk along the beach and you think, why don't any of those people have their windows open? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because that salt air, that'll eat your curtains right off the rod in about a month. Tarnish your furniture, tarnish all your eating utensils. Salt water. So consequently, when you have a high rise on the salt water, you got to get out there and scrub that stuff off once a week. It totally eats the hell out of anything. It's beautiful to look at and it's fun to hang out, but when you own property near the salt water, your maintenance fees to keep it looking nice are crazy. Yeah, when you're down around, you go into nice areas. I mean, you know, I'm reluctant on what a nice area is. But everything looks nice, and it's this lush vegetation, and they're right on the ocean. That can cost a fortune to keep those places looking that way. There's a lot of companies that if you fly a private jet down there, and you land close to the salt water, which really isn't that close, at Palm Beach International, I don't think, you can look it up on Google Map, they consider that you need a turbine wash, that you want to flush those turbine blades just because of the airplane sitting outside for a week and that salt air. It corrodes the hell out of everything. I mean, in a big way, especially cloth. Look what it does to a boat. Unless you have, if you go down to like a deep water marina, like Fort Lauderdale, something like that, you know, a lot of the race car drivers, whoever that guy is that did E.T., he's got a big boat down there. You look all day long, you'll see people cleaning those boats. Yeah, you got to keep on it. If you don't, all the rails will tarnish. All the places where there's a screw, barnacles get on the prop. It's one thing owning those things, it's another thing keeping them nice. No, I'm on my way to get something good to eat. Hey, you don't know where I can get a good perch dinner done around Bay City, do you? Snowblower. This area right around here is dead. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're also, you know, there's a fine line, and salt water is like a whole nother animal than freshwater. You know, the filtration, the acid levels, it's a lot to do. The water changes too. A lot of people just think you fill it up with water and feed the fish and you're good to go. Not really. Once again, tons of maintenance. Yeah, pan fry to be better. I don't like that thick breading. River Rock Cafe, where's that at? Where's it located? I didn't fade, Amy. Yeah, this is always a bad area.